Hey, welcome to The Explainer. If you've ever thought about starting your own business, or, if you're already deep in the trenches, we're going to talk about something that is a total game changer. It comes from the legendary book, The E-Myth Revisited, and it gets to the heart of the single biggest reason most small businesses are pretty much set up to fail right from the start. Let's dive in. All right, let's just kick things off with a pretty shocking number. The data is clear. A staggering 80% of small businesses fail within their first 5 years. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. 4 out of every 5 new businesses you see pop up, they'll probably be gone before you know it. So the billion-dollar question is, why? Right? Why do so many incredibly passionate, hardworking people pour their heart and soul into a dream only to see it completely fall apart? It's almost never because they're not good at what they do. The real reason, according to the E-Myth, is actually surprisingly simple. They fail because they've all fallen for the exact same mistake. It's a fundamental misunderstanding, a myth so powerful that it leads countless entrepreneurs down this road of exhaustion and ultimately failure. The author, Michael Gerber, he calls it the E-Myth, the entrepreneurial myth. Okay, so let's break this fatal assumption down. Because really, understanding this one core idea is the absolute first step to avoiding the trap that catches pretty much everyone. To really get it, let's talk about Sarah, who the book uses as a perfect example. See, Sarah was an absolute rock star when it came to baking pies. Her friends, her family, they all said the same thing. Sarah, this is the best pie I have ever tasted. You have to start your own shop. And so, full of that passion and excitement, she did. She opened a cute little place called All About Pies. But just a few years into it, this is what she told the author. It's just brutal, isn't it? Her dream had completely turned into a nightmare. She was pulling 16-hour days, and it wasn't just baking. It was ordering supplies, it was paying bills, it was mopping the floors. The one thing she used to love had become the source of all her misery. And right there, that's it. Sarah's story is the fatal assumption in action. She thought that because she was a fantastic baker, a fantastic technician, she would automatically be great at running a baking business. But here's the cold, hard truth. Being great at the technical skill has almost nothing to do with being great at the business that does that skill. They are two completely different things. So what happens when you fall for this myth? Well, you don't actually build yourself a business. What you've done is you've created a job for yourself. And like the book says, it's probably the worst job on the planet because you're working for a total lunatic, yourself. So why does this happen to so many smart, capable people? Well, the book argues it's because inside every single business owner, there are actually 3 different personalities, and they're all fighting for the steering wheel. Yeah, you heard that right. Inside every founder, you've got the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician. And in most small businesses, these 3 are basically in a constant state of civil war, pulling the owner in totally different directions and just creating chaos. Let's look at who these characters are. First, you've got the entrepreneur. This is the visionary, the dreamer, always looking to the future and asking, what if? Then there's the manager. This is the pragmatist. The manager craves order, looks to the past for data, and asks, how can we create a system for this? And finally, you have the technician. The technician is the doer, the person who lives completely in the present and just wants to get their hands dirty and do the work. Now, here is the absolute root of the problem. In almost every small business that fails, the technician personality has taken over completely. The baker just wants to bake, the designer just wants to design. They get so caught up in the doing of the work that the big picture vision of the entrepreneur and the organizing impulse of the manager, they get totally drowned out. And this realization leads us to probably the single most powerful mindset shift in the entire book. The way out of the technician's trap isn't to work harder. It's to completely change how you think about what your job as the owner really is. It all boils down to this huge difference between working in your business and working on your business. See, working in it, that's the technician's world. It's baking the pies, it's fixing the code, it's doing the tactical day-to-day work. But working on it, oh, that's a whole different ballgame. That's when you step back and you put on your entrepreneur and manager hats. It's about building the systems, planning for the future, and creating a business that one day can run perfectly without you. I mean, this quote from the book just says it all, doesn't it? The second you realize that your business cannot survive for even a single day if you're not there, that's when you know you don't have a business, you have a job. The whole point isn't to build a better cage for yourself. It's to build something that actually sets you free.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do you actually start working on the business instead of just getting sucked in it every day? Well, Gerber gives us a brilliant practical model to follow. He calls it the franchise prototype. The idea here is so simple, but it's really profound. You have to run your business from day one as if it were the prototype for 5,000 identical franchises. This simple rule forces you to document and systematize everything. I mean, think about a place like McDonald's. Their success isn't built on finding thousands of genius chefs. It's built on a genius system that almost anyone can be trained to run. Your business has to become system dependent, not people dependent.
And this, right here, is the ultimate reason why you do all this hard work of system building. You're not just creating a company, you're creating a true asset, something that works for you, that gives you your life back. It's about consciously designing a business that serves the life you want to live instead of letting your life get consumed by the business. And this prototype model is built on 3 really important rules. First, your systems have to provide consistent value. The customer knows exactly what they're going to get, and it's excellent every single time. Second, the business must be operable by people with the lowest possible level of skill. Now, that's not an insult. It's a tribute to the system. It means the system is so good that it delivers an amazing result without needing a superstar to do it. And finally, it has to be a place of impeccable order. Everything looks, feels, and acts organized because it actually is. If you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this quote: "The system runs the business. The people run the system." Your job isn't to manage people. Your job is to build the systems and then hire people to run those systems. That is the secret to freedom and scale. And so that brings us back to the one critical question you really have to ask yourself. Forget about the pies or the websites or whatever it is you sell for just a minute, and think about the business itself. Is the thing you're building giving you more life, or is it just slowly consuming it? The answer to that question will change everything.